high. But this is absolutely, as both of you have put, the chance for an OMiT. This is the type of game that's winnable for them.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting ready to say goodbye to myself there and hello to that first map of play. So again, guys, thank you so much for having me on, and yeah, have fun with that first map.
All right. Thank you, Cole. Appreciate it. And it is happy to be on the mic for the very first time here with Vincent. We've been in the same reaches here for a long time here, Vincent, but it's the first time hopping on the mic with you, so what's good?
I know. It's like we've been around each other, but never on the mic together. It's gonna be fun. I'm unfortunately hearing that we have a crash immediately, which is gonna stall us a little bit. But yeah, just to continue the point that I was making before we said goodbye to Cole, it's like OMiT, very much like the matchup against Laser and Carpe Diem yesterday. This is exactly the same for OMiT that Laser had, right? A chance against a team that's not necessarily in the best place because of having to play with a sub and not exactly the most effective ECL season as well, where OMiT are on the rise. And this is the team, if there's any team in North America right now that are going to come out and throw haymakers, smash you in the face, and surprise you, it's OMiT.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, it serves as a really big motivator for a lot of these ECL teams to stay ahead of the competition. There have been a lot of squads that have been making waves and kind of taking down the more established names. Like, all those players on Carpe Diem are regulars at the ECL level. I mean, at least towards this point. But it's a constant race to stay ahead here with teams like OMiT coming through. Laser, Life's a Game, especially last season, had a very solid showing over there in ECL. So we have a lot of motivation for these teams, especially like a Take Flyte, to really improve and really take their game to the next level.
Yeah, I think Take Flyte just like barely kept their spot. Hold on, I want to do some quick fact checking there. Let me look. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, Take Flyte missed out on the what would have been relegation tournament just by 2 spots. It was them, then Fluffy Aimers, and then one more in Limitless. The ones down in the relegation tournament. So like that for me means that Take Flyte can like iterate on what they've got here, even though it's been a tough end to their season. I think I saw a Kojo tweet out earlier today that like this should be one of the last times they're having to play this ring around the rosy of substitutes and stuff like that. So I think that's always a good thing for them. But I also think that means there is presumably their full stack coming back in if they were to win this game.
I believe so. Yeah, I mean, here for Take Flyte, they're trying to get their roster back in order. I mean, Zayler's just been out of commission for these last couple of since the season's over. Really, he's also been trying out for a couple of different other rosters. To my knowledge, Perseverance comes to mind in particular. He was playing with them earlier on. So,
he was playing with them.
Yeah,
good point.
I believe it was just a stand-in stint. However, I believe they had a matchup versus, if I can remember, it was
in the group stage.
Yeah, it was when they were playing against Laser. Is when Zayler stepped in. So not sure how long it's going to be. So we see Zayler back in the server here with Take Flyte, or if this is just an official swap in for Grave for the whole season. We'll have to see as we're finally getting ready to get going. Let's get it here, Vincent. Take Flyte versus OMiT. We got Grave back in the server.
How we do? To be fair, Perseverance is now dead. So
yeah,
there's unlikely that'll be where anybody's headed. This is looking like a B hit though, and look at this aggression for the CTs. Grave pushing forward, unfortunately loses all of those fights as Kojo misses the mark. Shutout's gonna have a whole lot of heavy lifting, and he's checked by Calamity. It's OMiT rolling, bulldozing on the B for the pistol round on Mirage.
Okay, all the kills. You like to see that. Just not even letting a retake happen. It's a win by elimination. You can already see that OMiT feeling it right now over there. As Take Flyte, that you put it properly, they just get bulldozed. Double setup in the apartments right there. 2 players, and no connection there from Grave. So that's a crazy start. If you're wondering where OMiT come from. I believe, maybe you know a little bit more than I do on this, but vast majority of them are exchange students here in North America.
I don't know the story, but yeah, the 3 out of 5 are Mongolian, so
Yes.
yeah, that's also really cool. I mean, you know, there's always like that.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's round 2, guys. That's not this is not a good look already.
If you didn't see what we saw, I think it was Kojo.
Just headphones off.
Hands up, backing away. Yeah, a lot of frustration there, but
wow. You know what? I like the player cams and what they produce here because they give us a look into what the players are really feeling in the certain moments. And look, I'm not necessarily the friendliest guy when I pug. I'll say that. I get mad, but you know that affects you long term. That could be problematic already.
I will say that Kojo's a guy that is really has that fire, but I do know can reset it himself. The question is, like, is that an effect on the rest of the team? Into 2-0. He's their opper, by the way. Currently running roughshod over on some of these anti-ecos, but the sheer numbers that OMiT were putting together, like I said, I was doing stats gathering up ahead of Advanced Grand Finals, and just Legacy looked absurd in some of their numbers, and OMiT looked almost as good, which is crazy to think about.
Ooh, sorry, we got to get the little replay there of Kojo just like saying I should have had that one. Well, now he does have the op, and now he does actually get to put in the digits there. But yeah, talking about the different faces we see in ESCA Advanced. Again, it's like I remember back in, well, hold on thought. Calamity has a Mac 10, and he's feeling up to no good. Also, Laxi looking just to get antsy around the smoke and find a headshot. MDS just left Jiggle peeking the angle while Gabe can't convert the kill. Actually, he does. He can't get away. AMZ's got the entry, and we've got the 2 versus 4, and very likely a save coming through for Take Flight.
Kojo essentially shut out of this round. No pun intended, actually. That was not intentional. But had a couple of chances. One chance, really, out towards mid early round, and essentially had to give that up.
He's stepping forward, and he's just going to get wrecked.
What's crazy is that only now are OMiT actually planning the bomb. Like, they were searching for him the whole time.
All I'm going to say right there is I'm not really sure why we're stepping forward with the AWP. I mean, Take Flight didn't just say call it. They really wanted to step forward and take these fights. And look at this from OMiT. They're just relentless. Here's the first person, I guess I call it the COD view model from Calamity.
Yeah. COD or Quake, that's for sure. A little wild. Ooh. Dude, Into 0 is crispy right now on the rifle. I mean, I know these are pistols, but I don't care.
Right.
He's just ripping their heads off. Absolutely no chance he'll finally go down, but is at a heavy cost.
Hey, see, again, just the mechanics on this team is just ridiculous. Every single player has the ability just to wide swing headshot you. And they're even just individually working these parts of the map, calling it back to B. Calamity has that forward space. And if you're able to leverage these mechanics and then call around it well, that is a terrifying formula.
I'm trying to remember who it is
some trouble
on OMiT that is actually like in their 3rd season of VSCA, actually.
I believe, well, Calamity's very experienced here in North America, but Crowls I have not really been seeing compete at this level. At least a name that I've not really heard too much about. I've seen Obi, AMZ, and Laxi been competing on squads like G3 on LAN in particular.
You might have seen Kralls under the name ZY. Because I know that's his Faceit account.
I see. Yeah, a lot of unknowns. But one thing we can say is that these guys, mechanically speaking, are just through the roof. I love taking this stat and that Obi has a 65% headshot rate. And it does translate to the eye test. I will say that.
Yeah, it's Laxi. That's I found it.
I see.
And that probably having to do with I didn't know that they were actually transfer students. That's a really cool story. That's probably why, I'd imagine.
A lot of them are at least, or at least exchange students. And sometimes they stick around for a bit. So
that would make sense. Why? You know, to be fair, like ICA not the end all be all in other locations.
Yeah, that's for sure, right? Especially like only in Asian Counter-Strike has like ECL really been a thing for maybe like what, 6 months realistically. Yeah. So like just talking about it there, you don't get a lot of data on these players, so it could be definitely surprised when they come out of quote-unquote nowhere and then start destroying you. 5-0, maybe looking like 6 here as the cat split comes in, and AMZ just swings. Easy trade. 2 versus 4. Kojo holding this angle that just simply will not be challenged as OMiT repositioned back to the A site. There's the instant headshot that we're used to seeing, and there is nothing to be done here. Kojo's already being hunted relentlessly. Here, there's AMZ waiting for him. Obi next in line. Kojo doesn't know what hit him, and it's 6-0.
And I mean, this is credit to you, Fi, because you're the one banging this drum, and you're absolutely right. The individual skill level of some of these OMiT players, when they are on, it is an unstoppable force. And at the moment, Take Flight are just getting outskilled. There is 8 total kills, 9 total kills in the server for Take Flight after 6 rounds.
Yeah, and it's ballooning the economy right now here for OMiT. Yeah, this is a team that is just feeling insane levels of confidence. And they'll flash into A main, but they ain't getting anything out of this. AMC now posts up. And thanks for the kill, Kojo. Walks right into the angle, not respecting the mid presence.
And this is where when frustration is showing after 2 rounds, now it's 6-0. That's where concern starts to brew for me. Wave is some good work here on the B site, and Calamity a little ahead of his teammates, so as much as damage was done, Grave will not be able to escape. It's a valiant effort for Gabe, but Take Flight are once again bested.
Oh, and I mean, this steamroll is just out at the moment. I don't think there's any IGLing that can really be done about this situation. Obviously, it is just a half buy, you could say, but you lose 1 pick, you lose mid control, and then a simple B split comes through onto a solo anchor. Grave did what he could.
Yeah, I mean, he's got an MP9 and he's getting 1 for 1 and a little bit more. Honestly, he did his job. But I think you gotta look to some of these individuals, right? Like, I mean, Kojo's the guy who comes to mind probably for Take Flight, to maybe get them around, right? You need some sort of hero play just to get yourselves out of the mental gutter a little bit. And when a gun round, that's exactly what the hope's gonna be. At the very least, it's Calamity sort of solo endeavor on the extremity here towards A, and actually got really nice timing through this smoke as well.
Down, look at this. Calamity with this forward angle is just going to call in his teammates, and you'd have to think that the A split is just going to be inevitable. But you also have Laxi. Like, look what he's up to up in the apartment. Now, Kojimo just hit an insane quickscope right there into Calamity. I think he should have been dead. Laxi, though, pops out onto the B side and double entries them. Are you serious? He just walked out on his own. And I mean, they need to get the bomb. That's actually a serious problem, but they just might get the kills here. Obi's walking in through jungle. Here's the headshot, and the round is over. It didn't matter how many rotates he got.
Yeah, Gabe's the A player, and he's thinking, well, what's just happened to the rest of my team? They've been Thanos snapped everywhere else. The fact that Laxi's walking out of the B apartments, there was a moment there where he actually had heard both the players on catwalk, I think. So I think that's what makes his play a little bit more effective. But the fact that Take Flight are stacked up, 2 players in the same location, and Laxi gets them both, I mean, what the hell? How do you stop that?
Nice shot there from Kojimo. Like, I'll give it to him, but Laxi walks out, and oh no, that's a critical error there from Grave. He swings, he gives up the game, but he doesn't have the weapon for the fast trade. That is very unfortunate.
Did you notice Obi's little look towards the camera there?
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it.
It was not intentional, but man, was it funny. This is Gabe. This is the worst kind of dead time ever because Gabe, he's 1v3 before the bomb even gets planted, so he's got the full timer to hold and wait this thing out. And OMiT aren't even going to actually hunt for him all that aggressively. Like, Laxi's here, but there's a clear decision being made just to let him have it.
Yeah, I'm also going to be... Oh, we're picking up 2 offs. I mean, why not? You have 16 grand. If someone has a good timing, then they're just going to take it to the house and go for the opening pick. But yeah, here for OMiT, I'm going to say that play from Laxi was actually not even really correct. He's not isolating a solo B defender at that point. He is only... He's actually fighting into 2 players. Like, on paper, that is not what you want out of your B-ler. But, you know, when he gets both kills, it looks pretty good. So, yeah. I'm just saying. Very risky play that pays out way more than it should have. Boosted angle, though, from AMZ. It does not connect, however. And the mid-aggression actually works out, especially with Kralls down to 14 HP. He gets mopped up as well. And just relentless aggression here from Take Flight might just get them this round.
I mean, at this point, they had to make a change.
Hold on.
I could have been okay with this. Obi, though, giving a shot at this thing. There we go. We'll go down. Gabe comes in to save the day. But here's the thing. Take Flight win this round, and it's earned in as much as they get the kills, but this could have gone very wrong. Like, this shot, he just flicked off. I mean, it was there. Into O. That was his kill. And if he gets that kill, I think this round falls apart just as quickly. But that's not the world we live in. Take Flight. They buy just 1 round, and at this point, 1 foot in front of another. They've got to get one at a time.
Oh, and AMZ, he gets the same boost. He does it twice in a row, and then nails the shot into Kojimo. He only gets the leg onto Kralls as well. And the funny part is, if he took down Kralls, that op shot definitely does not connect back for the trade. We have a little boost up here for Laxi. Oh my god.
Double.
This is unreal. Laxi walks through and he takes down Shutout. He just took down Shutout. He's aware of the next. He thinks he knows where MDS is. He might just hand his back on over. Oh no, but MDS fires off. Laxi again gets 2. This is ridiculous, Vincent.
Laxi's not playing the same video game that I play. I'm convinced he is playing a whole different game. How's he get the fact that he's gonna fight Shutout there to begin with is absurd, and then MDS must have made some sort of cue, and Gabe can't even deny the plant.
Oh my goodness.
I just, there's no way that MDS didn't make some sort of noise to give Laxi that idea,
he did.
Right?
He did. He fired, well, okay, initially, like, there's something amiss, right, with the window smoke. There's no players in towards jungle watching it. Like, something's wrong here. He spams back the smoke, and then MDS starts firing to give him the conviction right there. I mean, Laxi with the smarts, we'll have to say.
Yeah, and that's when you're talking about individuals for this OMiT team, I think I was underselling Laxi a little bit until I started to look at like some of the numbers, and then you see these games and you're like, damn, this guy's he's just made it something different. Try underpass. At least for the moment, Take Flight putting some presence in that direction, but Calamity wins his one.
And oh my goodness, it happened again. Laxi just walked out onto a site and double entry'd them again. Are you kidding me? It just keeps happening. He will go down, but like this one's, it's toast. You can't win this.
I mean, and I think they heard both of those ticks, so think they know that both of these players are here.
Oh my
Rawls has the
goodness.
quote-unquote rotate cut off, but what rotate?
Oh my goodness.
They took both sites. They took both sites. You only need one. Do they know?
I don't think they do. They want the whole map of Mirage. You know, I'm just saying. The Mongolian Empire was one of the biggest in the world, and they haven't stopped yet. They want all of Mirage next.
Can Take Flight be the ones to stop them? I don't think so. It's another whatever buy into the last of the half. Yes, flashbang through Nectar Smoke, but the thing about even just getting 1 or 2 frags is that OMiT, they're super aggressive, but they are almost always playing together out mid.
Right.
And so when Take Flight get just a little bit, it's never enough because they're always getting traded 1 for 1.
One thing as well is I think OMiT heard Take Flight take that A main control. So you're going to see 2 players start to stroll on up. Oh, but AMZ does actually go down in towards connector, but that has got to tell Kojo, or rather the rest of OMiT, that A main might just be clear. Kojo does return though and takes up the off angle, stays mobile, and is very smart on this angle. Knows they're going to return, gets the headshot down on the crawls, but is ready for the next. No, instead he extends forward, hands back bomb control. There's Laxi, of course, with the headshot. Gonna drop down right into grave though, but Calamity gets his kill. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Is he gonna go for the plant? No, he wants to go for the fight. Nearly gets it onto grave. 34 HP.
Pro's still fighting.
And he's taking up top as well. Crave knows that he wants to duel. Oh my goodness, up top. Oh, the full spray. Emptying out the magazine, and it's enough to get it. Calamity laughing to the bank with this one as it's 11-1 for OMiT.
And this is why OMiT are a team that is so entertaining to watch. I mean, this is Kojo overstepping the bounds just a little bit, yes. But when OMiT are playing this confident, you saw what Calamity was doing there. He was taking that fight. He was going for the shots no matter what. And that's the ridiculous nature of this OMiT team sometimes. 11-1. Fly. I don't even want to talk about a comeback until there's 8 rounds for Take Flight.
I mean, I'm not even sure they're going to get it because they're going to have to charge into these sites where it's just, I mean, if Laxi is on the site, I don't think you can even break it. Let's be real here. Also, you have a player named Obi on a pistol round with the, you know, the 65% headshot rate. Let's see what he can do, or maybe you just need crawls. Instant headshot for the first, going to tuck away towards Van. Calamity gets his crawls, and Calamity double up the same, while MDS facing down the 1 versus 5. It can't quite get it. 1 HP there for AMZ, and OMiT are just they're gonna walk through this one with ease.
I am somewhat speechless, to be honest with you. Well, that was nasty from Kralls.
The Doom, the Doom POV, and that also locks in 2 kills. I hate it.
I think Calamity, there's part of me that thinks he just likes to be the guy who does the different thing, because like he's a P2K as well, like, you know, kind of feels like that could be part of it too.
That's a very disjointed execute here from Take Flight. It's 2 for 2, make it 3 because Grave with the Mac 10 does find the double dink. But now stuck up in towards Palace. Going to swing back in towards Connector. And that doesn't quite work out here for AMZ. It comes down to the MP9. But you're talking to the MP9 god. It's Calamity all the way. But the P2000 doesn't quite get it. You see he's just still very lighthearted about it. Take Flight will barely dodge a 13-1.
Honestly, though, if you're dodging the 13-1, that means there's a chance for the 13-2, which I don't think's any better. Don't think it gets better. One small little victory there for Take Flight. It does look like OMiT are not going to be taking their foot off the gas. I wouldn't. This scoreline, certainly not.
Oof. And yeah, they're jumping up catwalk right now, and the deagle shots do not connect. Not there for Laxi, but there's another player. Obi also in position. Oh, they're going to continue the cat split. There's no way. Okay, now they're going to think twice about it. They know Calamity's generally said the B anchor, and he'll swing out, get the round done and over with the quickness here. I think OMiT, I mean, Calamity's certainly taking it easy. He's taking a sip out of the cup as the team gets ran down on the force. Take Flyte need a whole lot more.
It's a bit like absurd, the scoreline as well, because Take Flyte are, if you come into this and you don't really know what this Take Flyte team are, like who the individuals are, like these are all experienced players. This is not a team that gets run over like this at all, really.
Oh, well, that was no, not like this. Not like this. This is a half buy. This is a half buy. These are Deagles. This is Calamity on an MP9, and they might just lose it. Bomb still in spawn. Laxi picks up an AK, and well, Vincent, this one feels over. Shut out in a 1 versus 4.
No bomb either.
Yeah, no, this is... He's about to just walk into Calamity. He has to hard clear this corner, basically. Did you just see the shadow? Oh, well, never even mattered anyway. The MP9 god himself, Calamity, gonna lock it in for OMiT as a steamroll here. I think that's the only way you can put it.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even have a chance to play this game, Take Flyte. From the very beginning, it was utter domination. They looked like they had absolutely no problem.
Yeah, 100%. I believe, though, we are going to be hopping into the game. So, again, quick goodbye and good luck here. And we'll see if OMiT can keep it up.
Yeah, we'll see if they can here right now as we're jumping on into Nuke. And they're looking like they're going to keep up the same pace, Vincent. We got them making their way out of Squeaky, making their way out of Hut. This is going to be fun. Dual Berettas top of Hut, though, is good for shutout. But they're already blasting through. The Dualies can't get anything more. And Kojo is just utterly surrounded by T's. It's 2 versus 3, looking like a post plant, but wanting to get things started with the quickness. Now the wide swing, though, onto MDS. He couldn't connect anything. Obi's got the headshots, and, well, it's going to be OMiT with the round.
Shutout did the best that he could there, level best considering. Picks up the one towards Tor and is even able to get another frag before getting traded out. But I want to note something for OMiT. This is something I mentioned back on Mirage as well, but notice that they're never bothered or worried about getting the bomb down. Like, I feel like most, especially the first round, like, you gotta get that bomb down pretty quick. That's goal number 1 on the T side. But OMiT always willing to take those fights, consistently looking to take those duels, and I mean it works out brilliantly for them there. Take Flyte on a bit of a stack. This is something that I forget who it was yesterday. Was it Limitless or Nouns that did this yesterday? Cole was there. Maybe he remembers. It was Limitless, apparently. It worked out okay. A little Astralis-esque type of stack.
Oh, and I think Kral's just like, he ran into Gabe. Weirdly enough, that's actually just going to push him down to the lower site. So it's, that little cutesy little stack is going to have to break down and then run right into the blender. Oh, now they start to spread out just as the outside lurk comes through. Yeah, AMZ kind of sees everyone. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that right now. He's actually going to get another magazine as the hunters are after him right now. The hyenas looking to drag this lion down as he sprays down 2, taps for a 3rd. And, well, just Grave with one here on the Kral's. And, hey, a 2nd. And somehow falls... Wait, Grave? Hello? All right, he gets 3 out of that situation. As all of OMiT just... The Horde chases him down.
So, as we head into this gun round, I'll ask you, since you didn't get a chance to answer and Cole was asking me.
Okay.
Is there a chance here? Like, what is your take? Is Take Flyte cooked or no?
I'm... right now, Take Flyte are just missing the wow factor on their squad. I was talking a little bit about it in the green room, but I don't think they have a player who can necessarily, like, I can comfortably say, can be the best in the server and take over a game. They're going to have to somehow outmaneuver this team to an absolute T. MDS is going to have to call up a storm.
It's a fair point. Yeah, it's tough to kind of have a situation where you don't necessarily have that like head-to-head firepower, but you can be comparatively as a unit a little bit better. The exec utility, or at least most of that being tossed in here. Shutout.
Okay.
That's some help already, and Gabe, who did some damage, grabs another one. Will continue as in 2-0. Man alone. Done some damage. That nade should dunk, but oh no. Even got away out of the nade's trajectory. Nicely done.
There you have it. I think OMiT go a bit into the blender there. They kind of go for a dry A-site run, and Shutout just blast 2 from the top of the rafters. Like, I don't mind the play necessarily from OMiT, considering it is first gun round, and there are CTs who might be lacking utility. And if there's no molly, then that's just an open door into the site. But Shutout got himself into a good enough position in time. And Gabe showing up, so maybe we do get a little bit of that power here. As Calamity did a step forward. Brave could be in some trouble, could be overwhelmed, but support does arrive in the form of Kojo. We'll clean up 2, trying to be the 3rd. Not quite with the Deagle of Obi, but all things said, it should be around here for Take Flight, able to stabilize these opening 2.
That's good news, and for Shutout especially, who, you know, not exactly deep into this game yet, but has already looked pretty precise. Kraus eating a nade and just absolutely stalwart, not moving a muscle is pretty awesome. I don't think there's much of a chance to find success here.
Oh, Jiggle Peek game. Okay, Shutout will be able to handle the Tech 9 there. Many a time I've seen enough Jiggle Peeks, and then there comes a pre-fire dink body shot. But not to be. This is going to have to be the full eco from OMiT. There's actually some running room right now for Take Flight.
Yeah, the go for the force buy after losing the like half gun round that they already had. It's like they were sort of stuck into that. Wait, okay, I was about to say Calamity has changed his mind like 4 times on whether or not he's investing. Ends up somewhere in the middle, fully invested, but without the Mac 10 that he had previously. This is a map that Take Flight have been really consistent on over the course of this season. You know, where Mirage has been a little all over the place, Take Flight have picked up some pretty significant wins here.
Oh boy. But yeah, I know. I think this is by far and away MDS's most comfortable map right now. Oh, I don't think Calamity is feeling too good right now. I think he might have disconnected here in the mid-round. Does Laxi got anything he does? Are you serious? Yeah, look at that. Kojimo sent to the back of his seat. Laxi even hears the next challenger, and he finishes off Grave. We've got a 2 versus 2.
And I mean, in the meantime, Calamity, who, like I said, I think did DC, was down towards door, but this is Take Flight having to spread back out, and they've actually all gone down towards B. They've lost full ramp, and this makes a lot of sense, except they didn't have the bomb. So OMiT have to go back, regather that up, and they'll end up heading towards A. The fact that they didn't have the bomb kind of makes the decision for them and ends up with a perfect call considering that. Take Flight now re-clearing a lot of area, but by the time they get to heaven, the bomb will be down.
Oh, but they're already up in heaven. They should recognize this here for OMiT. I'm very surprised that Take Flight are actually taking the heaven ladder right now. There could have been just someone up there waiting for them, but instead Shutout gonna make a move, and that flashbang just fortunately blinds up Laxi. It puts Obi into the 1 versus 2. And needs to be aware of every single angle, and that off angle from Shutout is good enough. There will be a retake there, despite the just utter insanity out of the 1Ds.
And guess who? It's Laxi once again, constantly putting forth a ton of damage. Obi, that was the opener. Here's Laxi, that's what I was talking about, where Kojo gets smacked back to the back of his seat. Yeah, Shutout is really fortunate that blinded Laxi, actually.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is that absolutely could have missed its mark, and I think Laxi probably gets a little bit more there if that is the case.
Yeah, also the fact that he disrespected the ladder right there. That he doesn't know that he didn't really know which site they went through or which direction they chose. They could have gone ramp to heaven in his mind. But, you know, if it works, it works.
So here's something that is going to be interesting for OMiT, because this is a map where, unlike Mirage, there really isn't, unless you're running A, there isn't options just to, like, W key the entire half, like they did on Mirage. There does have to be some more careful consideration, and I think we can already see Take Flight a little more comfortable because of that fact.
Oh, this angle from Kojo is very bold, but it's going to work out. No one's holding him. Yeah, just imagine if the full rush came through, he'd be in some deep trouble. Now looking for a bit of a hut play. Flashbang through. Grave knocked off the angle, but too busy focused towards the top of hut. Good trade from Obi. You do have Shutout. Just going to strike from top of hut. This is his home territory, his home turf. And he is going to double up. Take Flight are just looking solid on each one of their site defenses.
More and more as this game continues, you get a little bit more confidence. Take Flight, that is, and I start to feel a little bit more confident in what they are putting together. Just a clear feeling that OMiT aren't really able to do what they want to do thus far.
Yeah, definitely more disjointed. Can't really get these individual plays going. Laxi, I mean, I respect it. Oh, but then Shutout steps forward versus the Desert Eagles. And then there's another one, Deeg. It's... Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Calamity's got a Mac 10 as well.
Yep,
Gabe's
I mean, this is best weapon in the game, dude. This is his moment. He's going to jiggle peek his way in through mini. Gabe, oh, he's going to be the first target of this Mac 10. I mean... And now Grave, he's also playing behind the smoke with 3 pistols in front of him. He's going to only be good for 1. Quick trade there. Kojo trying to arrive to the scene, but I don't think he's going to cut them off. Falling down, or he does. Never mind. AMZ drops into the scope. And Obi also needs to go ahead and recover that bomb. And that he does. It tumbled down the ramp. He's all good. Smoke to decon, and maybe he could play some mind games.
He doesn't know where Gabe is located. Oh, but they both made the cue. Audio made. Obi's going to get those.
He knows he heard them both.
Yeah. I was going to say, maybe he's just going to commit to the plan, but no, off of it, back over to the A site. And then he gets another fantastic post-plan opportunity.
Yeah, but they're going to run him down. They're trying to be quick with it, but Gabe only has a USP. Kojo does trade out. He did swap off of that AWP, wisely so. In fact, he played Bogdan's Law, and you could see Take Flight finally feeling a little bit of energy in that one.
That's a classic Kojo right there. Arm pumping in the air. Yeah, there's just no round that's safe from OMiT. I would argue that Take Flight kind of giving them a couple of more opportunities than they probably should have. Shutout, especially with that forward position inside of Hut, but with Obi fighting shots at N2O, like outside, like those yard plays, those you can't say Take Flight made the mistake in that one.
Okay, this is a bold from Kojo. He's gonna step forward and nail the shot. Laxi. A bit of an off angle being taken there by Kojimo, and he does deliver on it. Oh, Gabe. He knows something's up. But Kralls does find a kill back outside. That's gonna probably pull some of the attention here.
Gotta wonder.
No, Calamity pushed up with the flashbang. It's so excellent. He nearly doubles up into this A site play. 2 versus 3.
Grave.
But a collateral. There was nearly a collateral. We do have Grave here, though.
He's got the timing. Gonna get a free shot. Oh, and great decision making. Takes the right fight early. Doesn't get the planner first. Waits and holds for Take Flight to win that 1v2. Oh, saved for Grave. And you do gotta wonder, MDS sticking around a little too long outside nearly cost them this round.
I mean, Kojimo got a collateral there, and also very good flank coming in from Grave. Like, Take Flight again they're actually playing good positional Counter-Strike right now compared to what OMiT are throwing at them.
And the question was asked, right? Like, who on Take Flight can take over a game? Right now, Shutout is doing that. I mean, hasn't necessarily always been the case this season for Take Flight, but
Oh boy. Laxy up to his tricks again. Are you kidding me? He just walks out on an extremity every single time and finds a double. It's just infuriating, but they might still win this round until Calamity spins back to lobby for 2. How does he do it every single time? I don't get it.
It's definitely the times at which OMiT need it the most. Because Laxy has 4 kills, right? But it's 2 critical doubles where he's won them the round. I mean, Calamity, a big part of this round as well. That repush from Rave and company in towards Squeaky was actually really well timed. But Calamity was just there to double spray them down from Hut. It's as soon as I start giving Take Flight some props that they lose the next rounds, unfortunately. But yeah, like, the question was raised how to answer some of OMiT's individuals. Right now, Shutout's doing that very well. You know, we've had some really good consistency from Kojo throughout this map already, and well, 1v2 just a couple of moments ago as well.
Oh my goodness, like, these entries are just so ridiculous. That's what OMiT are gonna need. That is their first rifle round they have won, by the way. And it took that. Laxy just walks out and first bullets everybody. I love how we got the replay from the opponent's perspective, because it's just, you can't win.
Let me back onto this Mac 10. Hopefully OMiT can start to put together a couple of things with rifles, a bit more consistency. And 1 round is great, but they definitely need more. MDS currently watching towards Secret. OMiT are headed that way. A flashbang, but into O doesn't even get that deep. I even found him prior to that, and MDS is overcooked a little bit. Gotten the opening engagement, then loses his life as Molotov forces him out.
Oh boy, but this is not done. It's not done. Out in the open, Crawls will walk away from that duel. Went from Grave and Obi. Oh my goodness! Snaps onto Grave. We got a 2 versus 2. And look at this. Kojimo, he's walking in through lobby. He has no idea. Only now does he spin back around, but he's scoped up, and he's just going to get uppercutted by Krause. Sideswipe there. Gabe here in towards Squeaky. He's going to step forward right into Obi, who clears him in a very frustrating way to lose in the 2v4.
And Take Flight, they had it all. They had everything right in the early stages of this round, and unfortunately just could not complete the setup. Individually, though, Obi,
Yeah.
absolutely absurd.
It's really problematic there that Take Flight are just so fragmented across the map, despite them knowing where both players were just last seen. I think just, you kind of need to play your life. You've already got that information, and, well, now we see a run-in. It might work. It's an op down on the ground. Grave can't get his hands on it, though. Faster on the draw, and Calamity just locking in. He's got, like, the GoPro. We can call it Doom. We can call it the GoPro mount, it feels like. Like, he's got a GoPro on his forehead, it almost feels like.
That's a good way to put it, actually. That is pretty accurate. It's like those like mountain biking videos,
or like a, you know, I've seen like paintballing videos. Yeah, so, you know, there's a bunch of like airsoft YouTube channels out there. It's like, I just hit the craziest trick shot, or like, I don't know. So trick shotting IRL and now trick shotting in game. That's a nice angle though from Gabe, recognizing that op scope up. He's gonna keep pushing forward. What a play here from Take Flight. Oh my goodness. No, not like this. Not like this. As soon you get 3 opening kills, it could go south like that. Grave almost loses that duel as well. Just leaving Obi, returning back to lobby, and he will finally fall. But oh my goodness, he knows how close it could be. Like, Obi's still smiling through it.
I mean, 5 rounds, not bad, though. Same time, I think Flyte do a really phenomenal job in this map of limiting OMiT in a pretty solid way. They are, I think, starting to figure out that in order to best OMiT, you kind of have to start to play at their level, and what I mean by that is just play at their pace at moments. And the bad news for Flyte is that I think that's part of why they started to have some troubles in the close of those rounds, because they're not used to playing that style. But OMiT kind of forces your hand in some ways.
You have a little bit of a tech pause here for Calamity as we go into the halftime break. But yeah, I think keeping up with the pace, I think, Take Flight were actually able to do that to a certain degree. They dominated the opening kills. Like, let's get that straight. Take Flight were all over that throughout the half. It's just from the man deficit. When you get into the simplified game state here for OMiT, when, you know, players are kind of spread out across the map in their kind of situations that you don't really practice for, they are just so individually strong that I almost feel like they're favored, maybe even in the 2v3. But credit to the setups, especially early on in the half. You got to give a lot of credit to the site defense that Take Flight were able to post up.
Yeah, and then, you know, in the clutch when it was required, they had that too. As many times as they were struggling, I say struggling, they're struggling to close consistently, even when they had the man advantage. In the 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s, Take Flight ultimately would take it over the edge most times.
Oh boy.
Dooley's in Laxy's hand. He's got a teammate right next to him. For a shot found, and he wants more, but none given.
In fact, it's Grave to pick him up and start to take a chunk out of Crawls. And you have a 3 versus 4. But Take Flight are going to slow down the pace, and this is where OMiT can take over. Obi steps forward, though, and MDS is prepared. Could have gotten worrisome. You do see Crawls make the rotate back around, and hey, they're planting in the open. Oh boy, Vincent, we're in for a long one.
And stuck Tetris as well. Krause has support, and Calamity, they're going to swing together, keeping it simple. Calamity has to reload. Oh my goodness, they play back and forth. A little tag in, tag out scenario for OMiT, and it is ridiculous that they keep getting away with this.
How? They're in a 2 versus 4, and they still just, it's a miracle. Oh my goodness. What? Okay, and to put this one up on the board, Take Flight are leading in opening kills 11-2 right now. It is actually just mind-boggling. And Kojima just died of fall damage as well, so that's really fun.
Oh, he must.
I assume that's fall damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, dropping off a marsh, you get tagged up. Whoop-de-doo, I'm dead. Dude, this game, just OMiT, these players, you know, pound for pound, are just better. Gabe will get one, pocket $600. Sure, I guess. You know, we always ask the question, how replicable are these rounds? Well, OMiT seemed to do it every single time, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, the answer is not typically, but exactly. Nope. When you do it all the time, it's a... At what point do you just accept the new reality that we're living in?
I kind of want to stat hunt a little bit and see, like, what their 4v5 win percentage is, because it's gotta be It's got to be unheard of.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. I'd be curious to see what like their advanced season was like on those types of numbers.
Right. Because so far, it's looking pretty darn good.
That's right. First gone round in here for Take Flight, though, on the new half, and this is an understandable response for Take Flight. They are just sitting, waiting for OMiT to W key into them. But OMiT, oddly enough, not going to give them that. At least not in the opening 30 or 40 seconds of this round.
Yeah, I mean, I respect Take Flight. I like them taking it slow. And they kind of want to just complicate the map. That's all they need to do versus this OMiT squad. But if you let them get into the simplified spots, maybe Laxi could do it if he gets a double kill here to really make things awkward. Joined together with AMZ. Laxi does strike, though, up from the ramp. And he gets a second. Still has bullets in the FAMAS as well to fight. He gets a ton of damage down on a Kojo for the 3-on-3. And look at the move from MBS. He's getting spotted, but no kill there from Krawls. Now next up, though, is Calamity. He knows where his opponents are. He's going to step forward for the kill on one. And the second, nearly the third. And needs to go up the fence. Obi on the ladder's got the kill. Oh, my goodness. OMiT, just keep doing it.
That's incredible from Calamity in particular. Just able to get two. Nice transfer. And he had a second to reset his spray there, but the range on this MP9 that Calamity can pull off is why he's actually the guy you talk about for this weapon. So much damage and makes life easy for Obi. This is another good example, very similarly to the first half, where I think Take Flight, the setup to that round, the way that it's actually starting, all looks good. Good ideas. And just some wrench tossed in there.
Opening kill, like, what, number 13 for Take Flight? And they're losing. It's, it doesn't feel real.
Living in some upside-down reality. That's for sure.
I think finally working outside in the 4-on-5 is the way to go, but Obi's, he's over towards garage. He's in an active position. But the smokes will keep him at bay. Take Flight can make their move here. Eyes on Secret. A flash over top, and oh boy. Obi could potentially see over those smokes, but everyone gets to sneak down to the lower site.
And right now, there's only one player here for OMiT, and that's Laxi. He's going to have somebody joining him here shortly. Obi's going to get down there. But it's not really all that easy of a hold, especially when you consider OMiT's positioning. The timing is good for Take Flight. They should be able to break this open. Of course, that is a big if. Door's open. Been spotted. Krawls is going to win the first duel out. That's shut out with the top of tier roof. And both Obi and Laxi win their ones. Grave all alone as he's cut the deficit down. Just two more to find.
But he's stuck in towards single. This is a very awkward post plant here, but Obi is low. Grave. I feel like spamming the smoke. Obi sure does. He's going to start up the defuse, but it's not on the mark here for Grave. He needs to aim further to the right, and there's nothing he can do. He can scoop up the op and leave. If Obi will even let him, that's a bigger question. We'll see if he survived later. But again, in the deficit, they somehow pull it off.
I mean, this one, just a 4v5, but when everybody's getting their one there, on entry, Laxi, Obi both win their duel. And the fact that Obi survives to play this 1v3. Shutout was meant to be the insurance policy, and Krawls dispatches him as well. It's just so brilliant.
Okay.
Add another to your tally, Fi, because that's an opening for Take Flight.
Even Koto double scopes on the body saying, hey, what are you doing out there? But it's not done. This one looking a lot better. Calamity nearly trades through the smoke, though. 3 versus 5 this time around. Is this going to be enough? Oh, no. No, it's not looking good to start. Laxy's got the first. Oh, but he's just overextended. He's really searching for MDS over there in Garage. Next up, though, is Calamity. He makes his way up towards T-Roof. He's going to start hopping around. Do they hear this? Well, Crawls pushes in there aiming.
What?
They don't know airdrop in. Oh, and Kojumo's got the no-scope back. This is unreal, Vincent.
The way that this round has gone down is absurd. It changes the way you look at Counter-Strike sometimes, because timing is ridiculous. I don't think that Krause has too much of a chance into this when Kojo's watching his entry.
Yeah, Shadow Advantage is just too huge there. Kojo's going to be able to hit the threat angle.
And Kojo,
Vincent.
he's stepping up. In some of these big moments, Kojo certainly has been there to bail him out. I mean, this is just a shot you can never expect your opper to hit, but then when Kojo does, it's phenomenal.
Like, oh, hello. Drops in and nails it. Personally, missing a no-scope there could have been absolutely devastating.
And that, I think, is a good way to put how close these rounds have been.
Oh boy, no way. Not like... Obi just takes down the first player in line and gets away. No trade. If you dry fight these guys, they're just gonna first bullet headshot you.
I mean, Take Flight, they know they're up against a... I mean, I say the word eco. This is not actually an eco, it's a force buy, but, you know, they're up against lesser weapons. They think that they can make some concessions. Don't need to get smokes to go across to Secret. No. Like you said, it's just not allowed. As much as Take Flight now have yard control, OMiT aren't in the worst setup themselves. Like, Shutout is going to get towards Heaven, but he doesn't have any free kills. There's nobody not looking that way.
Oh my goodness, there's no way. Graves just got dry swung by an MP9. If Obi gets another one, I'm gonna lose it. But instead, it's Calamity's P250 to trade out Gabe. And another missed op shot there from Kojimo. He can't tend for any more of these, but he's still good enough. Now with Axie, he hops in through, and the trade is there from Shutout. These rounds are absolutely insane.
Take Flight just barely get away with one again. They equalize the scoreline at 9 apiece.
Can you break this down? There's no breaking this down.
Yeah, realistically, Take Flight start this round thinking, okay, well, we're up against an eco. We can probably take things a little bit simpler. Don't need to worry. And it's...
What was happening behind... Who was shooting Kojimo in the back? I think there was
3 players there. One in the smoke, one in mini, and then one on the left-hand side of mini.
So Shutout just saved his teammate, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean... I know, it's very hard to... These mid-rounds, these brawls... Oh boy, Laxy again, just 1Ds the first person he sees, then... We just walked through a smoke. We just walked through a smoke in a mini. Now, Laxy had an AK. That is the past tense, fortunately, here for Take Flight. This round is strangely winnable.
It is, and Calamity has armor with his MP9. He's full invested here. So, all you gotta do is rendezvous somehow with Obi, play off the back of that, and it's a very approachable round. That's information, confirmation of where Kojo was located. Fortunately, Gabe has shut Obi down. Would not hate to see Calamity get out with this AK, and I think that's the game plan now. Utter chaos on the map of Nuke. And what's so fun is that OMiT just don't follow the same rules as everybody else.
4v5s don't mean anything in this team. It's just... Oh, it just breaks my brain. Laxy 1D'ing. That was a... That push to the smoke there from shutout. Absolutely unnecessary.
Give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
Yeah, nearly the case. If Laxy got just a single kill off the AK there in that secret hold, if he got there maybe a second earlier to post up, that could have went horribly wrong. Instead, well, he's going to be tested again towards ramp. Jiggle peek.
Dude, barely a jiggle.
Smoke.
I mean,
they're going to push past it. They're going to challenge him. He goes up midair, though, and that gives up the game. Laxy will fall without a kill.
seems like a first, but it's loud take flight. Free entry into B, though not so free with N2O still here. Some damage, falls back, still fighting through, making it difficult for Take Flight to get into any semblance of a bomb plant or a post plant. Calamity trying to play denial. There it is. That is the denial. No bomb down. MDS to trade, but they're still in this thing. It's 3-on-3, and Take Flight.
Obi!
They're so far away.
I mean, Obi is over towards ramp fighting right now. He knows there's a lurk somewhere. He will hand his back over to Gabe, though, and he has nothing he can do about it. Calamity now in the 1 versus 2. He does have the MP9. Bomb still on the floor. But look at this. Shutout on 4 HP. This MP9, it is so easy to get this kill for him right now. Look at this. Shutout. He's crossing in the open. Is he going to drop his... Are they going to try and get away? It seems like that's what they're going to try and do.
There's a kit down right in front of Calamity, though. But he's not going to grab it. Obviously, he doesn't have the luxury of knowledge. But he's got an inkling.
Gabe is holding this, though. Yeah, Gabe is holding the vents. And they do reposition. They do leave him B over towards that B site. And I think here, despite this madness, I think OMiT might just pick this. Or rather, Take Flight might just pick this one up. But right now, the money is in tatters again. OMiT are just left to non-stop force buy.
Normally, I would agree with you, but Fly, this is where OMiT are sometimes at their best. 3 and P9 strong. Traditionally, it might be in trouble. This nade for door does a little damage, but Take Flight won't be too concerned. They're worried about the bigger deals, the longer term. Just finding this victory, stopping OMiT. What has been a real tear throughout Mirage and now into Nuke, back and forth. Test Laxy once again.
On the elevated angle. Just going to pop off a shot and just dive away. Going to play his life. And you know what? I would too, because I think he might be good for a double.
Good from Take Flight, though. They're freezing off the back of this, not making an instant commitment. Instead, waiting for OMiT to maybe get aggressive somewhere, and that's happened.
Ooh, but knife out there for AMZ. Not necessarily what you want to roll with. But MDS does get cleaned up on a bit of a lurk. What's the move?
There's really no presence towards Secret for Take Flight right now. They don't have any way. I mean, there was a gap towards Heaven, but this is going to be A. There's really no choice, unless they then drop, of course, which they will get down.
Okay. And Shutout does get a double kill, but hold on, Laxy. He sees him. He sees him around the smoke. He didn't recognize it, though, and, well, it's going to be the trade. And I think we're looking to force buy into oblivion, and Kojimo's like, finally. Can we get this one over with? There's one last force buy in the tank for OMiT.
All I gotta say is Kojo lives to be on camera. Oh my goodness, this is such a what-if moment. I thought he got a look through the smoke as well, but apparently not. Apparently not confirmation. 3 chances to close this out for Take Flight to push it towards Inferno.
Yeah, we got Obi. on the edge of the smoke. He just sees the barrel. He sees some of the spam. Sees the shoulder just inching ever closer on the angle. He wants that duel so bad. Like Gabe is just giving him a chance. But nothing gives just yet. And MDS safely crosses to red. In fact, he's going to swing forward. MDS. I call him N2O. That's nitrous oxide.
Gonna have to turn on the jets here if OMiT want to keep this alive here. What was that from MDS?
Alrighty, he's back.
The jets are firmly off. Valve closed. We're in 2-0. Calamity's starting to feel the pressure, but it's not an A hit. Take flight. They're walking back towards ramp. And it's Gatsu, Laxi. FAMAS is not gonna sing this time.
Oh, and MDS is doing a great job lurking down here. Feeling like Big Yazera outside. That's what I do when I lurk, but not many people get the reference. They're just like, oh, okay. And now just kind of sending themselves in. I think Take Flight, despite being 10-2 up in opening duels in that first half, so many man disadvantage situations, it's not going to be enough to lock it in here for OMiT. Running through the smoke here, Obi. A lot of players looking the wrong way, I will not lie. But Take Flight, get at 13-9, and Kojima finally hauling it for the boys.
I told you, man lives to be on camera. And a team effort as well from Take Flight. Like, it was a lot to talk about for them.
I got it. And let's get this one started here. So moving on to map number 3. We had to say goodbye to Cole for the rest of the broadcast, but don't worry, me and Vincent got you covered. What's good here is we're taking away map number 3, OMiT. Probably one of the wildest teams we've ever had the chance to cast, with the chance to move forward to playoffs.
Yeah, and absolutely shellacked Take Flight on map number 1. Got a bit wild. Take Flight recovered towards map number 2, Inferno. MDS is going to have a whole lot to do. He gets run over. Those 4 players swing out through the smoke into his crosshairs. He had no chance to do it. It'll be the retake for Take Flight. Required. 4 on 5. Not impossible. Certainly difficult.
We know this is the 4 on 5 kings they're playing against. Can they usurp the throne here? Well, not looking good because Calamity just lines up 2 with the GoPro mount. And then the third last bullet in the Glock. What a baller. And again, the vibes over there in the OMiT camp just seem so amazing.
Yeah, I think that this is a team that clearly is just always having a good time, which is... It's something that is entirely off server. Like, you can't put a number to it, but it clearly has impact. It's clearly something that, especially with how frustrated a lot of NA teams get, I think it keeps them in games they might otherwise be out of.
I think I was lying about the last bullet there. There's 4 bullets remaining, but 4 looks like a 1 if you take a quick glance at it. So either way, push down B. Sorry to take the sticks from. Oh my! All right, well, nice B aggression, I guess.
NT, more like. Take Flight. Give it the old college try, but get nothing out of it. N2O is taking no prisoners.
I don't think N2O is actually nitrous oxide. I will have to confirm, however.
Hold on. It's been a while since I've been to chemistry.
Chemistry?
Yeah.
Right now, Kojima is in a world of trouble, but he still makes good on it. Double dink out of that MP7. Obi does arrive in through CT spawn. Kojima's going to tuck away and play his life. That basically gives a free walk-in for Krause, but a 2 versus 3 retake. Hunting for him. They want Kojo bad. And Grave will quickly trade. Again, looking for this fight. Krause hunting the 1 versus 1 and chipping away here at Grave. And then spins around for both. Krause dices up the 1v2.
And they do it again every single time when OMiT are in these late round scenarios where you could think, okay, let's just get into a post play, right? Get the bomb down, then we'll worry about the situation. No, every time they're going for these fights, and Krause just out on a swivel, able to adjust. Gets them both, take Flyte down. And OMiT, it's by no means an easy round, but a round that will give them some space to work with, because Take Flyte are on an eco now. I did look it up. N2O is indeed nitrous oxide.
There you go. I'm not necessarily a chemist. In fact, I got my degree in mass communications, so kind of like the opposite.
I don't even have a degree, so
oh,
even less reliable.
You know, it's funny for like commentators, and a lot of them are not necessarily like communications pros or anything like that. I know Launders has a degree in philosophy.
That doesn't surprise me.
Out there,
actually.
I mean, he does spit some wise words, so maybe. But you know, it's not all like, you know. Sometimes you just gotta really like Counter-Strike and also really like talking a lot.
That simple.
I wish it was that simple.
Couple of attempts being made here for Take Flyte. They had a 5-7 or 2. But
there's a lot of P2000s in this server. Too many.
There is a lot, you're right.
Calamity goes with one. MDS goes with one. Gabe rocks it. I'm not 100% sure if anyone else on... Hold on, we could just check at the start of this round. Hold on.
No.
Yeah, so just... But 3 P2000s when I'm pretty sure like its usage rate is like 5%.
At the very beginning of CS2, I don't know what they did, but it was actually sick. When the USP was bad for the first like 2 months. And then they fixed the USP, and unfortunately it's just not worth it anymore.
I mean, the USP is just... I mean, it's just objectively better. Just better first bullet accuracy.
Yeah.
The extra bullet don't matter. That is a nice shot, though, coming through from Kojo. Picking up the off angle, and there's the opening 2 here for Take Flyte.
Kojo really stepped up on Nuke. I think was a non-factor when it came to Mirage. Really made himself a significant factor there. Let's miss one more shot. Calamity is his 3rd victim of the round. We'll force them into a 2-on-5. As much as the man disadvantages have been a topic of conversation, this seems maybe a little too far gone. Krause and M2O have been the ones to deliver in the past, but the past is the past. No longer there.
Look at this. That's a sick flick from Kojo. Needed to hit that, honestly.
Where did that bullet go?
Went into the Nether Realm, but the other one went right into Calamity. Kind of well played there from Kojo. Fires off one op shot and just says, hey, I'm going to step forward because they might try to take space off of me. Off of that sound cue. And he was 100% right. So, nifty opping. Some good grenades down bottom B as well for Take Flyte. And oh no. But oh, the apartment setup just got vaporized. One MAC-10 flying around a corner was enough to end it. Now Graves in a boatload of trouble. He nearly lines up 2. But that's going to call in a 1 versus 4 here, and the hunting party is already out for Gabe.
That's a round where Gabe is on B, and the whole time there's just 3 comms, and then the whole team's dead, and he's in a 1v4. With a long, long way to go to actually save this. Look at how quick they are closing in. OMiT do not want to allow for Gabe to save this rifle. And it is really important, actually, for Take Flight. Any little bit of extra money is grand for them because they had so many players survive last round. But it's not like they will be buying. They have the buy, but there's a lot of concessions being forced.
Yeah,
oh my
I
goodness.
wonder what happened there for Shutout. He's just still asleep at the wheel. I feel like Calamity should have been dead a long time ago. He hardly reacted. No, that's a bit problematic when your first point of contact just falters like that. I don't almost felt like he hardly fired any shots there. Maybe the angle advantage, playing tricks on our eyes there.
It's a good bit of notice for Obi, actually. The way he was taking that swing. Didn't expect that Take Flight could afford an AWP this round, but the fact that there is one, now that it's a full buy in 2-0, has grabbed another opener down Banana.
Yeah, this guy is just on a machine right now. But Gabe does call him for backup. Really wanting to stamp in on this top B control. Gabe's actually going to step forward, though. Prowls is holding for it. And then the next, well, that's a nice refrag there from Shutout, but he's really sticking around for the fight. If he falls, the round is over. But he is allowed to escape.
Well, this is a good call of the bluff from Kojo. That smoke goes down, Shutout running for his life, but he hasn't committed towards B. In fact, Kojo's re-aggressing up towards Arch side. He might catch this. He does. Kojo's got the frag and can fall away safely into the A site.
Hold on, though. They can let this cook right now. Wow, oh, Grave does actually find the kill in the Laxi. You do see Calamity walk through and deal with Kojimo, but Grave from Pit doing good work. Obi needs this 1-versus-1 fight versus this Pit anchor. Trades out for the AK. Spots him out too. Sees him as the smoke spreads. Obi's gonna go for the fake. He wanted that kill. And I mean, hey, I respect it, but he's gonna be out of time here. You know, it's like, there's a lot to be said there. I actually thought maybe Grave should swing.
I don't know actually about that from Obi, because if he faints, he's lost the round for sure. If he sticks, there's a chance he can win it.
Not necessarily. Grave getting very antsy here inside of the pit. If he swings, Obi gets a much better post plant and a much cleaner.
It was only 6 seconds.
Setup.
I don't think he can get the kill and plant.
Oh no, he had time. He had time to get the kill and plant if he was swinging out in the middle of pit. I was keeping track. Yeah, he had 7 seconds on the clock, or he had 9 seconds on the clock when he went for the fake. So plenty of time there, I believe, for Obi personally. But Grave doesn't swing, and it looks a little silly at the very end.
Kojo continuing with that fantastic consistency that he's been able to put together. Unfortunately, MDS is getting farmed right now. And it's really one guy. It's Hin2O is getting the opening onto MDS at Banana every single round.
Yeah, he has just been dominating that B area every single time he just walks up, and they're handing him just head-to-head fights. I think that time around he went for the full-on swing, however. And MDS gets plastered. Fortunately, there's more backup here. Kojimo can drop that molly, stall out the execute, but I think they saw the Coffins player. They've got to realize that the whole site is just simply empty. We're in for a 4-on-4 post plant. Nothing is guaranteed, though, especially with the kills coming through these smokes. Also, Grave, rather, going down to 13. And they're going to wrap this one up. The MAC-10 from Calamity. I don't know. It's just ridiculous how effective he is with the gun.
And on a map like Inferno as well, it feels like he is supercharged at times with that weapon, just because he can really dictate the place, the timing of the gunfights. Really lends itself to being able to get Get those fast SMGs. Shout out. Jersey 2 already crossed, and oh my goodness.
Well, what? They're double opping T side? Okay, yeah, he's gonna trade out that for M4 real quick.
It's actually Take Flight that had the double op there, by the way. I don't know. I don't know when the swap happened, but Gabe had an op on B, and then swapped over to an MP9 or something inside of church.
Huh. So Laxey's rolling in with an MP9 in this round. It's basically the result. Which, to be fair, the MP9 T side, that feels a little dumb. That feels a little overpowered, if I may say.
Also, interestingly enough, normally into O's the AWP here for OMiT, but OB's actually had it both times that OMiT have grabbed an op. OB's the one to utilize it.
It's definitely just role-wise here. You see how much N2O is pressuring B right now? He's just going to say, hey, you can pick up the op for this game. Hold on. Crouching into the angle. That's going to be a headshot out of Gabe. But he's the sole A-site defender, and they're just going to walk up anyways. He does get back around the boiler, however, and once they realize he's not swinging, surely they start to turn, and then Obi does. He takes too much time there, Gabe. Thought he had the round there, but not meant to be.
I mean, too much time. He was as quick as he could have been, just outside of sprinting. Probably it could have had something, but Obi is just too quick with it. Pretty swift cleanup of the round as well. Take Flight are hoping to grab something out of it. It looked like Shutout tabbed out for a second.
Yeah, I think maybe Shutout could be having some problems. Obviously, we're just surmising at this rate. As you're dead with bomb.
Yeah,
oh man. Yeah, so about that like op transition that you're talking about there. Yeah, AMZ it's just you were mentioning it earlier, working Banana like a fiend right now with that AK, and he just tells his teammates, I don't need the op. It's crazy that Obi, of all players, to pick it up. Probably one of the most capable riflers on this team, but I mean, hey, he's putting it to good use and probably just saved the game right there if he did stop that flank from coming through. Looking to see more out of Obi.
What I'm looking to see more out of is MDS, though. He's, like I said, been a bit of a diabolical half for him. N2O has had that head-to-head on lockdown, but Take Flight, they've got banana control. It's MDS who's got support in Kojo on a rifle this time. Seems like one of the first times that OMiT has actually been denied banana. That's a third nade for tree as well that OMiT have just invested.
Well, it wasn't enough to clear out MDS. He's still good for one, but Kojimo has the movement to get back out, even make his way up towards top orange. Only 9 bullets remaining, though, and is not clean enough. Couldn't get the headshot there. AMZ on entry, and Krause goes 1 for 1 over towards A, trying to pick those rotates. Straight 2v2 here, Vincent.
And that HE, it's not gonna land anywhere in particular, but 2-0's on 4 health. He's playing a really committed angle for that. This is fantastic because Laxey can swing off the back of this, but it will be the swing unsuccessful. Setup idea-wise for OMiT actually pretty good considering the HP, but Take Flight handled it perfectly.
Yeah, I can understand the peak there from AMZ. He doesn't really believe in M2O, AMZ. We'll just use it interchangeably at this point. But, you know, he's really... I mean, he's really low HP, and if he doesn't have the confidence he might be able to catch a player walking up on that left side looking towards Dark, towards Laxi, so he might actually have a better chance than taking a head-to-head fight on towards those Coffins players. So I'm actually not against the swing there. Some people say, like, oh, just play off your teammate, just hold the angles, but to a certain degree, you got to play the better odds, and I think AMZ had a solid idea behind that swing. See a little walk forward. Apartments control going to be established. It's kind of like, what battleground do you want here on Inferno each and every round? Are we going to work that B control? Looks like we're going to get a flashback in, or at least it might be a little too late here from MDS. Obi gets a glimpse before the flashbang pops, and MDS sent to the back of his seat.
Flyte just can't get anything going on the banana side of this map. They're just constantly taking fights. Again, they've actually timed well that swing, but Obi quick trade.
Oh my goodness.
What? Calamity. Wait, Calamity didn't even get that kill?
I can't. What's happening? What? I'm failing to translate this. I'm sorry, Vincent, but like, what is going on?
For me, Take Flyte need to find a way to get more consistent banana control. They can't keep losing MDS in this area. That's again the biggest problem for sure. But OMiT simultaneously taking two very important areas of the map in bracket and in banana, winning both of those fights, and ultimately force Take Flyte into the worst case scenario where they're just losing all across the map. This boost is Desperationville.
So I feel like Take Flyte are playing standard Counter-Strike versus a very non-standard team.
Yeah.
Right now. I think that they need to recognize that they are just outmatched individually right now. Like, in terms of the mechanics, they can't take these, like, what would normally be maybe a 70-30 fight for them, just doesn't quite work out. As Kojimo is last standing in towards CT spawn. Like, you try to take a head-to-head 1v1 fight. Also, just the unexpected nature as we are just walking through smokes here for OMiT. Does Kojimo have a clutch in him? Not today with Calamity back in CT spawn. And yeah, it's like you're playing against this team that will just aim diff you in every single duel. You've gotta have a flash for every single peak.
I mean, and it's even if you do have a flash for every single peak, even then, OMiT are so good at making you uncomfortable. That's the walk through the smoke type of thing that we've been talking about all the time. It's you're never taking these fights when you expect to.
I mean, look at that. Kral's just fixed bayonet and charged up top B and went 1 for 1. And Laxi gonna do his lurking business. Poor old Grave. Might just be the victim. Around the edge of the smoke, Laxi. He's gonna catch him on the edge of this, surely, right? Yep, Grave just cooked. And he's just overwhelmed, engulfed by T's. Out towards the apartment. The USP is just not enough there from Kojimo, while Shutout does get a lot of damage downrange. He's about to get backstabbed. He does get this kill on the Laxi. And does actually tuck away into the site. This should be noted, though, from AMZ. He should know exactly where he's playing from. He saw the barrel. He saw the barrel. He knows where you are, but Shutout still converts the kill. You can see AMZ are definitely a little bit sour about that. But OMiT, their whole team, can't really be. They're up 8-4.
Yeah, a massive round from Shutout as well, who, you know, I think the conversation is that individually OMiT are winning across the board, but that's something to pick up for Take Flyte. Little bit to add to the tally after a rough CT half. And it's hard to level. It's hard to level too many like criticisms at Take Flyte because, like you're saying, it isn't as if they're doing anything crazy themselves. They're trying to play a standard game of Counter-Strike into a team that just doesn't work. It doesn't compute. It's a square peg into a round hole. I think that
Right.
OMiT end up end up looking a little silly trying to play their game against some of the best in North America, but against Take Flight, this is where some of their silliness that, I mean, I say silliness, it's very effective silliness, but
Right.
it's at its best.
Oh, what a shot from Obi. I mean, again, just mechanically speaking, on another level right there. It's popping on through, ready for the boost up. Are they prepared for the boost up? Gabe certainly is. He'll deal with crawls. Perhaps jumping the gun a tad bit. We do have Kojo back barrels right now, top of B, and there's a headshot as well. He gets his kill, gets out, keeps the advantage here for the T side. Smoke's fading though. Kojimo is going to get caught in the open, and Obi will land another headshot. We've got now a 2 versus 2 as Laxi gets another headshot, and there's a kit as well available for the CT side. Closing the distance now. Laxi needs to spin back around, and he does with the duelist as he lasers down 2. Retake is in for OMiT.
Laxi's done it again. Just the most absurd 180. He knows where they're both located, and I mean, Obi wasn't even in position to particularly play the trade towards New Box, but it wasn't required. This was a 4-on-4 where Take Flight had it all. Even better than that, it was 2-on-4.
2v4. 2-on-4, man. Look at this move from Laxi. Spins for one and lasers the next. Oh my goodness. Desk slams all around for Take Flight.
Yeah, I'll say. It's another round. Take Flight are really going to want back, and it's a force buy for them as well. Not unexpected by any means, but thinking about like what the best that Take Flight's been able to do with weaponry. Force buy gonna be even more difficult, though that is one way to do it. Opens up bracket control, double kill. Laxi continuing to force the issue. Now needs to deal with 2 serious areas at once, and he can't do it.
Yeah, but Obi turns back around and shutout exposes himself. Oh, this retake is so very doable, but look at this move coming through from Grave. Has Calamity in for a surprise. Oh, but I'm flying at B9! Are you serious? MDS is tossed into such a difficult situation right now. But they have to make a move here for OMiT. They've actually got to go. Obi does still have that kit from round 1. Swing around the site, though. Now he doesn't, and MDS has pulled off a 6 HP clutch for Take Flight.
And he's been the one struggling the most all game long for them. And it was a sigh of relief on his camera for that clutch. Obi ends up getting that one, but that is the most absurd kill of the round. Not tossing a bit of utility. Our OMiT said it might be difficult on the force buy. It isn't. Take Flight end up victorious, and it's OMiT to go on the force. Adventure awaits for them, it seems, every time they're on this type of buy, but Grave is trying to work things through. Laxi's got to regress up through apartments, and Take Flight, their patience, just watching and waiting. Don't have to wait very long for OMiT, so we'll run around the corner.
And that's all. I mean, just really a rundown in towards that banana side. Just really trying to get aggressive. And Krause is going to fight to keep this AK. If he gets more damage, this actually could be devastating long-term for Take Flight. You're going to play these different angles. Oh, boy. They're challenging him one by one. I mean, this equipment loss is going to hurt. And he's going to lose all 3. Take Flight, win the round. No players stand. Krause has an AK. They can almost run this one back.
Yeah, I was
feels like for OMiT.
I was about to say that I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be my call. Like, I wouldn't be making that call, but OMiT
Calamity can afford an MP9 and armor. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that means it's a full buy round. No.
Every round's a full buy for Calamity.
I mean, unironically, the amount of times I have seen that be the case, it feels like the last like 3 weeks, Calamity's dialed it back a little bit. As I say that, it's happened. But
Oh my goodness, they're doing it. They are actually doing it. Every round's a full buy for Calamity.
I guess I'm telling a lie, but I was gonna say it seems like he's like pulled that back a little bit as of recently. Like all the like advanced regular season, that was absolutely true. Wait, Kraus, what happened, pal? He dropped his AK.
Got jump scared by the grenades. He's like, oh my goodness. And Kraus, AK, not good, but multiple players spotted towards B. I thought there was another kill through the smoke potential for Obi. Are they going to walk up apps, though? They're going to return back to middle. AMZ. Checking around the corners. He's going to push past, though. Get clotheslined instead. 5-7, not good enough from Laxi. He gets caught out of position. I think this one's looking like a save of the AK again.
Yeah, this time Calamity's going to be the one to have to do that save. Numbers punched in, take flight. Gonna start clawing rounds back. A not too long run of form required to actually make that comeback either. I mean, everybody didn't invest. So with Calamity saving this AK, they actually are just fine. It kind of works out. Not that this was the plan, but this one, that really could have been a little bit more from Kralls, actually.
It really could have been. If he delivered his kill, I think there's actually a chance that like maybe Take Flight can still commit. Kralls can maybe even scramble or rotate towards A after getting that kill. There's a lot of what ifs out of that situation, but that was just the eco for OMiT. This is actually, I joke, of course, because Calamity, every round's a full buy for him, but he's actually on MP9 full set of util with the rest of his squad. OMiT with their first real fighting shot since the pistol and the force buy conversion.
What is that? He was
What?
just double nade, a little
done.
bit of damage done. Calamity gets an
God damn.
upgrade. Oh my goodness, poor Gabe had no chance, it seemed.
And then the entire apartment setup, once again, they're playing it like isolated. You know, 2 players up and towards apartments, but they're both clearing separate angles, and they both lose their duels. Which is almost just as expected. A nice lurk up here from MVS, but they're just running it down. Banana AMZ is already in the underpass, and
He actually
steamrolled.
He actually pushed through apps and went through alt mid to get there.
Yeah,
That is
like ridiculous.
insanity. Take Flight. Well, they're gonna have another buy. But I dare say if they lose this round, I don't know that there is any way to stop OMiT.
I mean, they've just turned on the boosters every single round, and they're just looking for fights. AMZ even jiggle peeking out middle.
A little bit more of a passive setup for OMiT. They're gonna get somebody boosted up on the porch. That's Kralls. He's got the support. A really nice crossfire potentially with Into on the other left-hand side. It'll be Calamity left alone over on B. He's the sole man to hold down this site, but that allows 4 strong on the A side of the map. Take Flight, though, uninterested in bracket for the moment. They're going to worry about taking Banana first.
It's so quiet right now. Yeah, eventually. Oh, it's gonna come down to Calamity on this site. There's not going to be a rotate. There's no mid-round information. I honestly... Oh, yeah. Calamity's going to go down. Quick swing there from Kojo. Catches the jiggle peaks. And what is looking like is just going to be a simple save.
Should be.
No, mid are not necessarily done yet. It's going to clear underpass. Or maybe not.
Sorta does.
Didn't see the foot of shutout. But they will survive.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna end up being a problem for them either. They won't pay the price. OMiT give a tentative look, hoping that Take Flight might give them something for free, but nothing doing. Take Flight know that there's no small amount to be given that OMiT will not take advantage of, that they will not explore and expose. Gamble stack for OMiT in this round. They leave Calamity alone, a little bit overzealous on the jiggle. And even kindly leaves them a smoke in CT.
That's kind of funny. Drops the smoke on death. Smoke it for themselves.
Yeah. 9 players survive? We go again. Try...
Love Inferno.
Yeah, another time. How much Take Flight do not want to deal with banana aggression. They just triple-naded car.
Oh, and, well, even then, they don't even take B control. They just let all the nades go through, and then Gabe just casually spams towards top barrels. It's a very efficient kill coming through from Take Flight, where they hardly have to commit anything. And they get a freebie. And they're looking to reclaim banana control.
Obi is hopelessly alone.
Yeah, no smoke, no utility either. He just has a flashbang. You critically need those smokes and mollies to stop the B plays. Instead, he's just going to be hanging out towards CT spawn.
And Intuo is the closest. Not that he's going to ever be there in time. He only has a molly as well. It's critical that Obi just...
Are they going to contact this? Oh, but this is the only way Obi could possibly win this round, as if they dry swing here. We got a 4-on-4, and it could get worse through the smoke spam.
It's great for Obi to be prepared for that. Call in the rotations. All on the other side of the map, as well as shutout, entirely a non-factor in this post plant. Obi will grab one. Continue to move forward. Into Fallen. OMiT has to pick up the pace a little bit.
And they're going to hard clear out Gabe. He's gone. And now this CT flank is far too late right now. Shutout, he's throwing util. And out on the site, they're both going to go down. Shutout needed to get activated far quicker than what he did. And instead, the 10-second defuse will come through here for OMiT. They steal this round.
I mean, you're right about shutout in more ways than one, though. If he's going to be that late, I don't know why there's any world we're tossing util here.
Yeah, I know, right? He's lobbing smokes, and that's a serious issue because the retake has already begun. Shutout there could have gotten a kill as well. Like, he could have gotten a free kill, made life a little easier, take the pressure off of Kojimo for just a moment. Instead, well, we have that.
And that's a round that Take Flight gonna have to do something quick, it seems, as Obi out with one. Somehow Calamity not burning there towards Sandbag. And yeah, Gabe thought he should have been burned. The entire area around him is black with flame. Yet still he survives.
Oh. And they're taking 1v1s versus Laxi. That is a nice entry back at least. It keeps it in contention because Kojo does get the bomb onto the site. But everyone's already here for OMiT.
Calamity eating an HE, but Growls has support. And Obi right behind him. Calamity just kind of needs to be a distraction of sorts. He'll get the one flash through, and Calamity one corrals the other. OMiT have map point series now on the line as Take Flight have been unable to manufacture anything more. That run of form. 4 rounds on the T side.
Man. I mean, OMiT just so good in the late round situations. Every single simplified, like, I feel like they leveled up outside of the 5-on-5 because it's not as stock standard. You can't necessarily follow instructions to a T every single time. So OMiT play a little bit out of the box, and they're gonna punish all the sloppy play with their strong individuals.
And that's, I mean, sloppy play, I think, is a good way to put it. Because Take Flight on Nuke, I think they were the ones playing the much better traditional game. Here, they've let a lot of things slip. Yes, send it out again. Those rules against Laxi and Krause are just so difficult to win.
He's just done so much. On the site, though, Obi stays a little too passive and lets himself get run down there for a moment. Already moving up, though. AMZ so focused in towards Pit. He might be there for good reason. The MAC-10 not good enough. Kojimo, he falters. And now that leaves it up to Grave. So dancing around the site, he does find a clutch. There is a light at the end of the tunnel here for Take Flight.
That's nasty from Grave. He gets the 1v2 at the end, but he was actually the opener as well. Gets the trade onto Laxi. Initially dispatches Krause, and Obi on the site unable to deal with him as well. This is phenomenal from Grave. Head on a swivel every single time.
Yeah, what a huge round. A quad kill here from Grave.
And look at what OMiT are back onto. It's an eco, but Intuo's
not
got
an
a hero
eco.
rifle.
And Calamity's got an MP9, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the definition of eco has a little bit changed when we're talking about OMiT. Hero rifle plus MP9 for Calamity, and then everybody else is saving.
And a little awkward. Laxi actually hit the headshot there. Are you serious? He's facing down 2 players in alt mid, and then N2O pushes the smoke. He gets the kill on the shot. You've got to be joking me. The MP9 from Calamity, though, does not get enough. Obi, though, oh, he's feeling privy about this. He's going to push through. He's going to get the bomb on the tail end, and he's going to get away. Krause does sacrifice himself. And MDS gets himself in a spawn. Are we going to go A? Are they seriously thinking about going? You just can't. Gabe's alone.
I mean, it's not the right call, but it is a call that might be viable, especially now as Gabe. Okay, he's just won them all. That's, like I said, maybe not the right call, but it's the call that works out for Take Flight. Side note, Laxi might be the best Deagle player in North America right now.
I don't know how he's getting a Deagle headshot every time he buys it, but yeah. I'm not personally a fan of this. If Gabe goes down, I'm actually not sure you can hold a 1v3 on that A site. A site's powerful, don't get me wrong.
Especially not with a MAC-10.
Right, I'd be happier if you play a little bit of a trade game over towards B, personally, but with MDS getting himself into spawn already, it's reasonable either way. There's logic, that's for sure. For AMZ, oh my goodness, he decides to full stand in the molly, and he will burn. Calamity on the trade.
And sometimes you just can't turn off that aggression, can't turn off that confidence. And it's OMiT at times that confidence, it is certainly allowing Take Flight back in. A price paid for N2O in that round. Sitting in a Molotov, just trying to manufacture a duel that never comes.
Oh, they're going to gamble stack too. Please toss your smoke in before you do gamble stack. Or at least Calamity was thinking about it. Is he even going to jiggle peek this? Oh, he does. Hello there. They're going to blast past this. Calamity isolated. Now they do go a little early there. Grave could have been caught on the inbound, but instead, are they going to try back holds control? No, they're just going to hold the double setup. Smart stuff. Calamity, if he walks around the corner, he is doubly dead. And I think he kind of realizes this is just simply not meant to be. OMiT need to hold onto their guns for the last round of regulation.
This is OMiT actually making some mistakes and being punished for it by Take Flight as well. Little bits and pieces here and there. Talked about Into sticking around a little too long inside the molly. It gets toasty for him. MDS, who's been talking about it constantly, is struggled a little bit in this game. Has really stepped up in a couple of these rounds. This is one of them. 2 guns go down. So Krause is the only one to hang on to his rifle.
Oh!
No, he doesn't. Krause is removed as well. OMiT, this is a broken bye for the last of regulation.
I'm surprised he didn't drop down to the back box. Just really hungry for frags here. Like, look at that from AMZ. That doesn't tell you anything. And then, oh my goodness, like the last bullet he fired before he's teleported off is enough. Now, just fast B control, hoping to catch up a player like Gabe, but handed a freebie right through the smoke. OMiT in the 4 versus 5.
And that's going to start to give away something for Take Flight as well. Laxi's not typically a B player. The fact that he's the guy to go down should give them a little bit of a tell that something may be awry, though not so serious. Stack towards B, it was just 3.
Oh.
Whoa, Gabe! Admit. This is where, as a team, I think they have their biggest struggles, because when their aggression doesn't work and it gets shut down, they don't have a different gear typically.
They only go forward here, Vincent, and with that kill, they're heading right into Calamity where he lines up 2. You gotta be kidding me! Kojumo's gonna cross it. He's gonna go down to the smoke, the footsteps! And now Gabe, bottom B. Calamity, is he gonna step forward? He's gonna step forward into the fight. And the whiff, it's not enough. 9 HP remains for Gabe, and they almost pulled off the 2-on-4.
That would have been so poetic if it was Calamity to come away with the 1v1. But Gabe saves the day. His double kill from Calamity, and then he tracks Kojo down through the smoke. Like you say, not enough. HP so very low for Gabe.
Oh my goodness.
It's OT.
This game is ridiculous. The amount of times I've said like OMiT are in a 2 versus 4 and they either win it or come very close is far too many.
Well, tech pause here, and I think probably Take Flight in particular thankful for a breather. Because now that I think about it, have Take Flight taken a tactical timeout?
I don't think so. I don't think either of these teams have taken any
OMiT
timeouts.
don't take timeouts. I don't think
they
they
don't do
took
that
any
here.
timeouts. Like, they took like 1 timeout when they were getting 3-0'd by Legacy in finals, so that was rough. So if they aren't going to take timeouts then, I don't think that they would now.
Man, some of these rounds, dude, are just something else.
We're going to get it. OMiT head into OT.
Oh my, what?
Huh?
What? Okay. AMZ swings top barrels. He no-scopes the person, bottom banana, and then just pieces out the next.
He hasn't opt the entire CT half. He hasn't had one. Picks one up in OT and is lightning fast. Fireworks ablaze.
Oh, shutout's gonna walk forward. Just get deleted instantly. We're gonna be able to get that from his POV. Now, sometimes, like, the no-scope thing kind of bugs out. I will not lie. But, oh my goodness, OMiT, they went into overtime, and they just rinsed them in the first round.
That is the epitome of getting just insta-tilted from a kill feed, though.
Yup. Full blind, op no-scope.
Like,
I hope we have it.
please. Oh, thank God.
Here we go.
Yo,
Oh
what?
my goodness! This is not real.
Oh, that's so absurd.
He actually just said, Jesus, take the wheel.
and Jesus delivered. A lot of damage there early into took a boatload of damage to try and go for another swing, and Calamity's going to pay the price into Kojo's AWP. Now this time through the smoke. I guess that's a little bit of karma, isn't it?
So, OMiT in the 4v5. I think I said that a lot.
They're about to be in a really pretty nice setup. That smoke
This is
fades.
great.
Obi's got a great position.
Oh, he's going to go for spam instead, which is also viable. Walking up Grave almost got caught up in that.
Well, it's forced another smoke out, very least.
They're going to try walking back to B with 40 seconds left, and they're about to meet an op. Waiting for a flashbang. A flashbang that's never going to arrive. Oh, now they make footsteps, though. He steps forward, picks up the op scope. He's going to go in for another, and, well, he's going to miss. Has to lob that smoke forward, but it's a little awkward. In fact, it smokes CT for them. They advance forward, but then he lands the shot. AMZ staying alive back in new box. That's all he needs to do. And look at this. Laxi now arrives. We've got OB getting a headshot. AMZ with the finisher. A three-piece for the AWP. Perfect beat defense.
Why has bro not been up in the whole half? Why wait till overtime?
They've been forcing all the time. That's why, Vincent.
I mean, that's true, but also save, Smile. Oh, my.
Oh, man.
And as much as I talk about OMiT and essentially be willing to like, re-peek and overswing a lot, Intuo does a great job of not overswinging there. It's Laxi in a position in backhaul. Oh, he's feeling a bit confident. That confidence felled by Kojomo.
I respect it because, you know, it's the third round of OT. Typically, the T side isn't going to have an AWP in this kind of round. But I believe Kojo just got one dropped over to him by shutout in this one. Oh my god! But Grave has just been pieced out of the server. And Obi is going to play some reindeer games here. Round the smoke, bottom B. Sees Grave, locks in the headshot. Can't quite double up, though. I mean, he already did, but 3 would be a crime.
I just want to let you know that this was once again another 5-on-4 for Take Flight at the beginning of the round. Now, down to a 3-on-3. Recovery thanks to Obi. And it's another Calamity solo towards B, and that solo is becoming 0. At least it was. This is something that I think Take Flight have figured out, have noticed that OMiT like to do a lot. Whenever they're gambling, it's almost exclusively towards A.
But look at this, at 30 seconds, Lax is going to peek down middle. And now the flank starts to formulate. Smoke to spawn. Is Calamity going to make a move? Is the question. Well, it's definitely not. That coffin smoke going to be annoying, but you betcha he's going to try and deny a plant. Planting back of the fountain. Calamity does not connect, but look who's already arrived. It's Laxi and Co.
They're all back of the site. Fantastic. For OMiT, Krause and Laxi both with their one shutout alone. 1v3, and it's not to be. OMiT, they get all of them. 3 rounds in OT. Great patience from Calamity. Great timing on that mid-re-clear. And OMiT got 3 more chances to win this out.
And did they actually, I mean, past the opening kill in the first round of OT from AMZ, they've also just been coming back in these 4-on-5 situations over and over. It is actually just silly.
It's a hard-fought quarterfinal spot.
Oh, yeah. OMiT with just raw firepower. They might actually get themselves a rematch with Legacy and Akimbo. Legacy heavy favorites.
Yeah. That's the one I'm actually hoping for. If OMiT wins this, I am hyped to see that. Take Flyte. Credit where it's due. They've already made a comeback. Push it to OT. They gotta make another one. 3 rounds only this time, though. Comparatively, should feel like a breeze.
You'd have to think. But with Krause falling down first, this is just going to be a bit of an A-side play. But look at this. Full blind and Calamity runs and guns down to the A-side. We might just have it. It's a 2 versus 3. But, oh, AMZ, he misses a shot. MDS standing on 17 HP. Nearly eats the grenade. They need a 2 versus 3 retake on A.
And Kojo's going to group up with him. MDS, and he's actually got a nice timing. Calamity hasn't spotted him over towards Hay. Calamity wins the fight. That's the low HP bar. Already gone. Oh, no. Instantly taken out. Kojo falls. It's OMiT and OT to book their spot in the quarters.
Yep, and that's exactly the kind of scalp that OMiT want to take here. The kind of squads here in North America that really feel comfortable in their positions over there in maybe the ESL Challenger Leagues and the perennial leagues here in North America.